Hi good people, and welcome back to another video with DIYs by Carolina. I hope you guys are doing well and having an amazing day. So I'm headed to the store. I have to pick up a few packages, have to run a few errands, lots and lots of things I have to do today. So I decided to go ahead and bring you guys along with me for the ride. So let's go. So I want to show you guys how these moles are destroying my backyard. And you can kind of see here where there's a lot of little tunnels and little hills everywhere. Not sure if you guys can see that, but they are literally all throughout the yard. You can kind of see where the dirt is lifted. Yeah. So I always have problems with moles, but this year I really want to do something about it. So I decided to go ahead and just kind of treat my yard for grubs and everything, because if you have a mold problem in your yard, chances are it's because of the food source. There's a food source there. And so I'm gonna go ahead and just pick up something to hopefully try to help with that. I've done a little bit of research about different products and everything. Now, I will say, and this is literally, y'all, all through the yard. I mean, seriously, it's everywhere. These little hills and everything. But I am going to be using a product. I'll put it right here in the corner. I'm hoping this will work because, and look at that. You can really see it clearly, just this unevenness. And one of the things, or one of the reasons I wanted to go ahead and do this now is because I wanted to also put down some grass seeds in this area here where it's pretty bald. But I can't do that when you got these moles everywhere, just disturbing everything, and the grass seeds are not going to be able to grow in that condition. So I need to take care of what's going on now. And granted, I do know that, the best time to actually plant any type of grass seeds is usually in the fall. However, you can plant them, or you can put them down in the spring, and that also helps them to grow as well. And because we've been getting so much rain and everything, and the soil is already good and moist, I'm definitely going to go ahead and put down some grass seed and just kind of cover them. But before I can do that, I got to get rid of the mole issue, because it's going to be a waste of time and a waste of money to put on grass seeds if I still got this mole problem. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do, y'all. Something else I want to show y'all too. I am already starting to see these little teeny tiny little nests all in the yard. I don't know if these are ants or what, but look at this. I think these are ants. They're all over the place, little mounds, little teeny tiny mounds. So I'm hoping that the Spectricide also kills off those ants, because it did say that it helps with ants and other insects as well. So I am definitely looking forward to that. All right, y'all, so right quickly, I'm going to show you guys the items, the products that I'm going to be using, as well as the tools to help get rid of the insects and the grubs and everything in my backyard space. Not only is it going to help with the moles and the grubs, but this product also helps with ticks, ants, and some other insects. So let me go ahead and show you guys what they look like and the tools that I'm going to be using. All right, so I'm going to be using the Spectricide insect killer for lawns. This covers up to 25,000 square feet of yard space. And so you guys can see here that it has a list of all the different insects that it helps treat the yard or treat the area for. And you can see that here. So that's what I'm going to be using, and I had a lot of army worms last year, so I definitely want to treat it for that. And on the back of the bag, it gives you the directions, and then it also tells you how to apply it and how much of this product to use in your seed spreader. So you just have to read the directions on the back and then just follow those instructions for your particular yard space. And over here is a look at the different tools that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to be using a combination of my seed spreader because, you know, my backyard and my front yard is, you know, fairly large. And then I'm also going to be using the handheld seed spreader to get into like the garden beds and those areas that the seed spreader just can't reach. So I'm going to be using a combination of both of those items to help me, you know, lay down this product pretty good and make sure that I have complete coverage. All right, so to take a quick look at the yard one more time, you guys can see here, I kind of went ahead and put my chairs and tables and everything off in the flower beds just to kind of get them out the way. So then that way when I do the seed spreader, you know, it's not really blocking anything. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of get started with that, and that shouldn't take long at all. And once I've completed the backyard space, I'll also do the same thing for the front yard. And let me just show you guys one other thing too that I typically like to do, or that I'm going to be doing rather. So in addition to using the granules, I'm also going to be using the liquid concentrate spray. So how I plan to do this is I plan to put down the granules first, because with the granules you do have to water them in. Okay, that's how they're going to work. And they are calling for rain on Sunday. Today is actually Thursday. So what I'm going to do is after I put down the granules today, which is Thursday, I'm going to water them in using the liquid concentrate, so you get a double dose of this treatment here for the yard. So we're going to put down the granules, and then we're going to go behind it and water it using the concentrate that you just basically hook up to your water hose. So again, that's going to do double duty. It's going to give you a double dose of this treatment in your yard space. And then in addition to that, on Sunday, we'll have the rain that comes in and further soak and penetrate the granules further in the ground. So that's the plan. That's what I'm gonna do. Hopefully that'll help with these moles and, you know, just kind of get my yard ready for spring, and just kind of making sure my yard, my flower beds, everything is nice and treated, especially whenever my dog comes out here. And that's another thing. Whenever I use this product, I don't let my dog out for at least a few days. What I typically do is, like, when I'm treating the backyard, I'll wait for about a week and then treat the front yard. So this time around, you guys, I decided to go ahead and treat my entire yard, both the back as well as the front. So once I got done with the backyard space, I actually went ahead and started on the front yard. And as you guys saw in the bag, once it dries, once the area dries, it's safe to let your animals out. Typically, I wait for about 2 to 3 days. So yeah, so that's typically what I do. So guys, let me know in the comments, how do you treat your lawn against grubs, against moles, ants, ticks, fleas, all of that good stuff? Let me know, what do you do? Do you have a lawn care service company that comes out and sprays monthly, or what is it that you do? This is something that to me is a lot more inexpensive, and I've used it in the past, and it's proven to be pretty effective. But if there's a natural product out there that's a little bit better, I would definitely like to know about it. All right, y'all, so what you see me doing now is using the handheld seed spreader to just kind of spread down the granules evenly throughout my flower bed space, just to kind of make sure that space also gets well treated. And I am wearing a mask because I'm pretty sure you guys can see the dust from the granules just kind of flying in the wind. So definitely put on a mask whenever you're doing this. All right, so now I'm about to go ahead and start with using the Spectricide liquid concentrate to water the granules into the ground. Now, granted, I know this is not going to be enough, this one container for my backyard. Luckily, I bought some refillable ones, and that's what I love about it. You can get the refillable jugs. So I do have a couple of those. So once this runs out, I'll refill it up and then finish just watering the rest of the lawn. So this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you guys right quickly how to connect this to your hose. So here's my hose, and basically it's so simple and easy. You just want to just screw your hose into this end here, and that's it pretty much. There we go. And so right here is the shut off valve. It shows you it has an on button here, or the little on arrow. When you flip it downward, it turns the liquid comes out with the water. So once I turn the water on and I flip this back, the water will start to come out of this. All right, y'all, so how I like to use this is basically I like to spray down the perimeter of the yard first. So just basically all around the edges in all the flower beds. And one thing you'll notice is that I'm also spraying on the fences and the trees and the bushes, because guess what? That's where insects, larvae, all of that stuff is at. So I make sure to spray down the fence as well behind the little storage house. I made sure to get over there by the air conditioning unit as well as where my hot water heater is at, and just really spraying down those hard surfaces as well, not just the ground, but definitely those hard surfaces. So once I've gotten through spraying down all the flower beds, all the trees, all the bushes, all of that good stuff, next I'm going to go ahead and start bringing it outward and spraying the yard itself. And so I like to start from the very back of the yard and then work my way all the way up to the front. So that way I'm not having to backtrack and go back in the yard once it's wet. So just like I did in the backyard, I'm also spraying down all the hardscape. Like I'm spraying down the house as well as the flower bed. I spray down the porch, the windows, all of that, because again, I want to make sure that I coat this solution on all of my hard surfaces, not just in the lawn. And that's something else too, you guys. If you have an area or flower bed around your house or something that you use mulch to landscape, like myself, this is another great way to keep those insects at bay, to keep them from breeding, is just using this solution and just kind of spraying down your flower beds, your mulch area, just anywhere, especially where you have mulch or whatever. Definitely spray it down really well, coat that area. And I would definitely, be doing this at least maybe every 3 to 4 months. I'm not sure exactly how how often I need to do it. I probably need to read the package to find out. But for me, you know, probably I'll say maybe every 4 months, I'll go back and just reapply the solution. But that concludes today's video. I will be keeping you guys posted and updated on how well this treatment worked in my yard. But in the meantime, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye now.